Hey guys, hey 7th Fleet members,
Hello.
how you doing?
Oh, you got wide angle lens as well. Ooh, we're wide. So it's like, what, why? I'm like, I don't know. Oh my god, we're live. I see our live. Okay.
Send me the link and I'll send that over to Ken.
How-
Alright guys, so welcome to the 7th Fleet thing that we're doing.
I assume it's this link. Well, our friends wants to watch the thing, so you guys are popular. They want to watch it. Well, Sam McCocken's joined. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, send it to my messenger there and then we'll
I
get to
can
go.
do it.
Alright, cool.
It's just a
Alright, so
I think that should be good.
2 people here. What?
I think that should be good. It's just is there a specific link? Oh, sends a message. That I will do. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Samuel sent you a message. I did. Phone, I did. You're right. So we're on time, aren't we?
We are on time, yes. We're actually a few minutes late, but that's okay. So we're just going to wait for people to show up and start talking to us. But until then, I mean,
He is Captain Furley.
last time I checked, and he's not important.
Is my new catch. Is my new code name.
Okay, only 1 viewer so far. Let's see here.
Oh wow, the live actually moves in the chat window that I sent you. That's kind of cool. Huh? Was it literally directly from?
We've got about 16. Get that. Boom. My iPad, for some reason, is not connected to the wireless.
So I'm going to be sort of semi-multitasking with prepping some episodes to film. We've got some really good stuff on that.
Yes, keep talking.
Yeah, I'm a very got some great ships. I'm excited for Stuart to look at. I'm sure I've seen them before, but never analysed in the way we analyse them. So I'm
Hey
very
Rob,
excited.
how's it going?
Hello.
Rob, I just sent you an invite to the meet and greet on
Yes.
Friday. Hopefully you can make it.
Hey, Katie.
Hey Katie, nice to
Hello,
see you.
hello.
6126. So yeah, looking forward to your questions and stuff. Josh just messaged me and said he's got about 16 ready from you guys, so looking forward to that. Hey Matthew.
Nice. Yeah, ask away. Both of us in person, both of us in Canada. Oh, look at my wide. When I put my face like that, it goes all. I like one of those lenses. What all that converts it to?
What?
I don't know. What millimeter length? I don't know.
Oh, Jack's here. Hey Jack.
This is the preamble, isn't it?
Yeah, this is Josh Larson's here. Okay,
Hey.
now we're starting to get a build up. That's good.
Hi guys. Yeah, ask away, whatever you want to know. We're just last third of Mission Candid 2.
You talk to them for a minute. I gotta connect this.
Okay.
Oh, just be right back.
Yeah, we're in the last third of Mission Canada 2. It's been an interesting trip for sure. Highs and lows. Lots left to do. This is just me staying here for a couple of days, and we're going to try and film a lot of really interesting content. We've got a couple of little fun ideas that those who are really big fans of ours will get, and those who aren't will be like, "Is that what I normally do?" And you'll be like, "Ah, this is cool." And you can put 2 and 2 together if you understand that we're in different locations. We're in the same location right now. We've got our first question. Do you think that the men's uniforms in Star Trek have built-in cups? Just thought I want to get a weird question out of the way. I don't think that's needed. I think it's built into the uniform as a specialist polymer to reinforce certain parts. So you don't need that. So you can play rugby, 0G rugby, and be totally fine. That's my official thought as the Trek expert that people tell me I sometimes am. Yeah, so yeah, ask away. Like I said, I'm prepping some mission briefings, Fleet House mission briefings. Had a whole spree of doing those before I came down here to hopefully impress Stuart with a pretty wide variety and hopefully film a whole load of stuff. But we're this is more of the chill day. This is basically the only formal film.
Okay, the talent's back. So
Oh,
be quiet.
okay.
Hey guys, how's it going?
That's so harsh.
I heard something about built-in cups on Starfleet uniforms.
So
I mean, that would make sense.
So harsh.
That'd be a good idea. he tends to whine and cry a little bit when I outrank him.
Hey, I've turned down promotion 12 times. They just want me to be promoted. You know.
Yeah, but you love where you work. You love Truck Yards Command.
Exactly. Who
You're,
needs a promotion?
you're under a good captain, so.
Yeah.
How was Ticonderoga? Ticonderoga was good. Hanging out with Michael and Denise Okuda and Doug Drexler was awesome, as always.
As always.
There were a few hiccups, but those will be released when we get to the captain's log. Because we will explain in detail kind of what happened. Overall, it was a good trip. It got a lot accomplished, not as much as we anticipated, but there were unforeseen circumstances.
I brought the rain again.
And that's not a military term. He didn't call for the artillery or anything.
When Samuel does his greeting, he says it fast. It sounds like saying "comdings." Everyone hears it differently. If you're English, you don't have a problem with it. Most people don't have a problem with it. But I don't know, that's just the way I say it. It's Cockings, C-O-C-K-I-N-G-S. You can find that by my Facebook page or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, I've had a few requests for you to slow down on your name, but
Yeah. But out of the thousands of people, if 7 or 8, 12 or even 100 people say it's too fast, well, okay, sorry.
In other words, he doesn't care.
Well, I mean, yeah. Okay, Katie. Yeah, weird questions are good. Depends how weird they are. But I'm seeing now you've set a bar. Have you keep raising that bar, even if it's subtly raising, and don't just raise the bar to this level and then ask questions about this part of the costume, because that's not. It's too literal.
I have weirder questions, but I'll space them out.
Yeah,
don't want to scare you all off. Oh, sorry. I just moved to the other, so I can see the questions on the other device. So, what was your name? The unforeseen. Nothing that exciting. I'm sorry.
It's a true British name. Well, it is and it isn't. It is British. But my actual original second name is Cockayne, which is the Victorian through other. That's like hundreds and hundreds of years of name. But then I think in the 1800s they changed it to Cockings for some reason, and then I just inherited that version of the name. But we know a few Cockaynes. Either one is not a good name, honestly. But hey.
What's your all-time favorite opening Star Trek music? That's a good question. It's got to be the motion picture. It's got to be
movies,
like
okay.
the movies. Star Trek 6 was really good as well. That kind of darker tone.
See, I think Voyager has the most beautiful title sequence out of all of them.
The most title sequence, but the music I don't think really says Star Trek.
Really?
As much as the motion picture. That's my favorite for music.
But it would be in the top few.
Yes,
though.
absolutely it would be. I almost said it, and then I'm like, no, the motion picture's better.
I consider movies. No E or H, Rob. C-O-C-K-I-N-G-S. It's the literal spelling of the name, unfortunately.
Have you ever done the Kobayashi Maru No One scenario
today.
yet in Star Trek Online, Stuart? No, not yet. Came up today, and Thomas Maroney actually showed me the Kobayashi Maru while we were in Ticonderoga before it came out, which was awesome.
I guess just a day early. But
yeah, he gave me a quick peek because he knew it was coming out, and it looks really cool. I'm looking forward to doing it and winning.
Yeah, Thomas is a really phenomenal designer. He's basically one of us. That's why we love having him on the show.
One of us, one of us, one of us.
In other words, crazy.
And of us, and of us.
Sponsor us, and of us. We want one of us.
We would love to have an Anavus sponsorship.
We'd love to have Anavus uniforms.
Well, they sell them at Ticonderoga now, so I might be able to grab one in August when I go. So.
Yes.
All right. Which series do you think had the most comfortable uniforms?
Enterprise? They're just jumpsuits. I've worn the Enterprise jumpsuit.
I know, but you said it's not comfortable to sit down in and stuff.
That's because mine are too tight, though. They're not built for me exactly. And that was the Nemesis anyway. That was unbelievable. Well, TNG was just a one-piece jacket. It's a one-piece jacket, one-piece bottom. That was a pretty. Shouldn't be.
Yeah, the sweater parts look a little hot though at times. I would have to say probably Enterprise. I would have to agree with that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you can zip it pretty easily and get ventilation and
yeah.
You know.
You can also unzip it to your waist, take the top off, and let it hang down, and have your shirt on. Yeah. Much like the pilots do and stuff these days. So
absolutely.
So there you go. That's the answer, Katie.
Hope you enjoyed.
I only have 6 viewers, guys,
How long have we had this booked for?
since before you came, so
A little while.
yeah. Pockets, yes, pockets are important in a uniform. I totally agree with you. Would you ever be a member of Section 31 or the Maquis? Those are two totally opposite things, but Section 31, I think I would be. The Maquis, no. I mean, just save yourself a headache and move. I don't care if it used to be a Cardassian planet and is again, and you made your life there. Who gives a shit? Just move.
With replicas, you can rebuild.
Yeah, to die for something that's that silly is just, it's silly. Just stop.
How
You're not gonna win that battle.
How many planets are there in your local area, let alone a planet's a planet and a blue-green is a blue-green? You know,
A marble's a marble.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no. The Maquis, no. Section 31 would be kind of intriguing. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. And, you know, we might be Section 31. You don't even know.
I don't think I'd ask. I think I'm too moral to be asked.
You're so full of shit.
I just don't see myself as being one of those. I couldn't see myself. I'm straight cut. You know, for the you know, rise to the ranks, get your own starship, kill. Oh, that's me.
I know you
sorry,
too well.
Sorry.
You have all these secrets that you keep from me. Oh, look at this. I've been working on for 5 months that you didn't know about. Bullshit. Yeah. You're perfect for Section 31.
Well, wait for that element. Okay, I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
You're kind of an ass.
I'm not. That's an exaggeration. I'm an ass.
Okay, you're an asshole. You're the part in the middle. Anyway, Josh Larson says, how did you two meet?
Haven't we been asked that like 5 or 6 times in the last 3 days?
Yes.
The origin story.
Very simple.
Yeah.
I started a YouTube channel because I wanted to share my model building love, and also I started doing some movie reviews of Star Trek movies. He was watching the review of Star Trek 2 that I did, and he learned a few things while he was editing a video. And then I mentioned it was my birthday in one of my captain's logs, so he whipped up an animation for me, sent it to me, and we kind of just went from there. And then one day we had this brilliant idea. We both love ships.
You were talking this garden. I remember. Yeah, this that background. I was in my front room.
Let's do a show about ships, and let's make it something that us as fans who love ships would really want to watch and tune into. And I think we've accomplished that. It's almost 3 years in October, so
yeah, we've come a very, very long way. Very, very long way. And suddenly we could not have imagined what we could create at the start. I know I was doing animations from episode 1, but I mean, it's not even comparable.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a YouTube channel for, I think, like 10 years. I've been doing YouTube stuff for a long time, just shorts. And when I came to America when I was, I think, 13, I was in San Jose, and I was with some family friends. Slash family, it's kind of weird. I think they're family. And I we said, hey, let's make some little skit things. Why? Because why not? And then by the time we kept sort of going on for the day, we decided let's actually make a story thing, a proper like story thing. So we made a 10-minute short, 2009 this was, called Cousin Wars, and then that was my first taste of it. I found I actually could compose shots well. That was my start. And I came back to England, and I remember I was in English literature, and we were doing Pride and Prejudice, and I was thinking the whole time, I like Pride and Prejudice, but I was thinking the whole time, hey, you always tell your origin story. This is my film.
mine's really short. Nobody cares.
Okay.
Just sum it up. He wanted to get into the thing, and he did. And he went to college for it, or university, and yay, now he makes movies.
Films for 5 years, and I went to university for it. Yeah, okay.
See,
fine.
nice,
Fine.
simple.
I'm a storyteller, guys. If you know me, you know I'm a storyteller. I think people like it. They tell me they like it.
Well, I don't. Samuel Gill. Howdy, Captain Foley.
Jesus.
How do you all? Who do you all think Star Trek's best villain? I'd have to say Gul Dukat and Kai Wynn. She's kind of a manipulative. I don't like her either. That's why she's a good villain.
Yeah. Well, villain is a long answer because obviously Khan's a definitive, but there's not. He's a sort of 2.5 dimensional. Yeah, I mean, sure. You can't beat that bar. It's not my personal favourite.
He's just so. He's used so often, and you learn so much about him that it's
He's well-rounded.
Yeah. Rob Ingram, I was wondering, with the CBS fan guidelines for fan films. Oh, for frick's sakes! Hold on. Actually, hold on. Jack was first. Which Star Trek female characters would you want to run away with? Oh my God, there's so many.
Well, Ezri Dax. I've met her. She gave me a kiss on the cheek, and I blushed. I don't often do that. So Ezri Dax.
Dr. Helen Noel, TOS for me.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of TOS babes I'd like to take home, so.
To meet the parents and have dinner with
No.
and nice things.
No.
Okay.
Rob Ingram. I was wondering, with the CBS fan guidelines for fan films say that a movie can only be 15-minute episodes. Is that correct?
Well, it's not a movie then, but yeah, you can only do 2 15 minutes.
2 15 minutes with
parts,
yeah.
maximum.
With the same characters. After that, you can't use those same characters again.
Yes. Yeah, so you can make as many as you want. There's all have to be different something. There has to be no continuity and no professionals. And there's a whole lot of things for sure.
Yeah. Dale Stafford, glad to finally join you live. Well, thank you. Welcome. It's
Welcome.
always good to hang out with new people.
Absolutely.
Mission Canada looks like it's going to be great. A couple of questions. Samuel, after 2 weeks in Canada, what has been your favorite and most surprising thing outside of Trek-related things? And a question for both of you. What funny thing about the other has started getting... And it gets cut off, so you'll have to just tell me the last part.
We've only been to Canada for what, 4 days? 3 days? 3 days.
Yeah.
So we've been in America the whole time. That's what I'm saying. We just got back.
Yeah. And what's the last part of the question? Just type in the last part again, and I'll get to it when I get to it. Katie, Gul Dukat was an awesome villain. Yes, he was. Jack Elmer, they're guidelines. Does it mean they're actual rules? No, they are guidelines.
Yep.
You can make anything you want.
Yep.
And if CBS doesn't have a problem with it, they're not going to bother you.
Yep.
However, if you did go outside the guidelines and you didn't contact them to find out if it was all right, which you can do, you can say, I want to make a 35-minute piece. This is what I want to do. Give them the outline, and they'll say yes or no.
Well, they can't say yes because that would break the guidelines.
Well,
They can't say yes. They can't legitimize or approve any fan film.
That's right.
But they cannot say
But
no.
if you release something and they contact you, they might want you to change something that make it acceptable, or they will let you know what's going on. CBS is very communicative about those kind of things, it seems. So that's as far as we know, anyway. What funny thing about the other has started? It's like I don't know.
I'm assuming it's time to annoy each other.
That's what I think. Yeah. Hold on, I don't know for sure yet. Let's wait until it comes back. Katie, if you could be any Star Trek alien species except human, what species would you be and why? We had this question too, didn't we?
Yeah, Thomas Roney asked us it.
I think I'd like to be a Cardassian. Just because they got such a rich cultural history. I know they're basically Nazis. I don't want to be the Nazi part, but I mean,
This tells you so much about the Canadian.
they're basically the Germans. They've molded them after the Nazis, and I'm part German. And I know the Germans are very intelligent people. They're very industrious, and they have a great history of art and things like that. So I think it'd be cool to be a Cardassian. That would be my opinion.
I don't think any of them really speak to me, but I've always liked the Hirogen as a design. I mean, there isn't many that you'd also want to live as. There's lots of those one-offs that have quite cool cultures. That'd be fun. But then it's just like a simple forehead ridge or something, which is not. That's not the question, but yeah. I mean, it's sort of some cool Voyager ones. That race that was had the transporter that could go like 10,000 light years, like quite a nice culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or I'd go to that culture where Harry Kim was like one of the only men and got treated like a king. Go there for like 3 days and leave, so you get all the pamper and then leave.
Mm-hmm. All right, for Samuel.
Ooh.
Who first got you into Star Trek, and which character is or was a role model for you?
My dad, yeah. At age 3-ish, they showed me it was either Corbinite Maneuver or another one, and then from that, you're that young, you just take in whatever happens around you, and Star Trek was such a normal thing, and so my whole life, Star Trek was the default because it was what I always saw, and as you grow up. Yeah, I mean that was my thing really, and so when people say you haven't watched Star Trek, it's like you haven't watched Star Trek, but it's like most classic TV show in the world. Which character? I mean Picard's a good all rounder. You know, he's a good guy to be in later life. You know, Riker's a bit younger for that. I don't know. I mean, I never really related to Wesley. He was the young one, I guess, or like Paris or any of the young ones. So no one particular, I don't think. Just I think the morals just came in very well for me. Because if you follow what the Star Trek ideals are, then you'll be a good person for the most part and lead a happy life where you don't be bad to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dale Stafford, getting on each other's nerves, and do people think...
For Pete's sake.
And do people think you're ever related? Sleekly Rad, no. People don't think we're related at
Have
all.
we ever had that?
No.
We haven't even had like all my dads. Like it's not even.
Yeah.
We've never had that.
We do get on each other's nerves, I think. He gets on my nerves a little bit sometimes.
I just.
But I'm just grumpy and set in my ways, and
Yeah. I'm just.
he just goes with the flow. I can't piss him off, I guess. Although that sounds like a challenge now.
It doesn't sound like a challenge, no. So, I don't like pissing people off or being pissed off, so I very rarely get angry, as you know.
Yeah. Next is Samuel Gill. Who's the better Starship pilot between Merriweather, Sulu, Wesley Crusher, and Tom Paris? Tom Paris, hands down. Then Merriweather.
Oh, really? You didn't say Sulu? Well, I guess Sulu didn't really prove himself much.
He flew through daggers that were invisible.
I think Sulu's probably the best of the characters, though, because he became a captain. That's a hell of a thing.
I think Tom Paris is a more fleshed out character. For sure.
But you wouldn't see Tom as being a captain.
Yeah, I could.
Could you?
Yeah.
Oh.
It seemed like a Kirk-like captain, kind of
Maybe.
swashbuckling.
Okay. Yeah, young Kirk. Okay, I could see that. Yeah.
Mayweather, I hated his character. Love the actor. Yeah. Love the actor. The actor's amazing. Met him in Vegas, and it was very nice to my wife and me. But as for the character, hated Mayweather with a passion. Just so two-dimensional.
That was their problem. That was all their problems.
Yeah, so
it's tricky. I mean, TOS, they're all two-dimensional for the most part, bar the main three.
Yeah.
But you really relate to them, and the movies gave them some depth. But yeah, I mean, I would love to have. I mean, could you imagine if this Gene Roddenberry's same cast could do it now, but given today's writing style, like such good actors, such good concepts, but with modern character growth and all that stuff. Although you probably find Uhura's got a gambling problem. Like some really dark stuff to make it more real. It's like I like them being the heroes, the good people they are.
Yeah.
You don't need to make Sulu gay for the sake of it. They can all be bi. It's the future. Why not have them all be bi? That's fine, wouldn't you say? Then it's just whatever.
Floyd Dodson, question for Stuart. If you can be a Klingon from Kronos, what house would you serve? The one that's in charge. Depends which restaurant I was working at, who I was serving.
But how good would your gach be? Would it be world famous or
No,
Empire
probably
famous?
not. It'd be too spicy and dead. I don't like it movie.
I like that. Yeah, you do like the spicy foods.
As for, I don't know, House of Martog is pretty cool. I like Martog. I'd like to wear his emblem. Rob Ingram. Okay, so if one person can only make 2 15-minute pieces, why not make a full film, split it up like 4 or 5 15-minute pieces, and have different people submit them? Because they're using the same characters. You can't do that.
Yeah. But again, you could.
You could just have move it to a different ship telling the same story. That's something that's totally feasible. You can actually do that anyway, without having to give it to another person, I think. That's a good question. I don't know about overarching storylines and stuff, because that's not...
Again, the rules are so constrictive.
But they are just guidelines.
Sorry, they are just guidelines. So, I mean, if you're not going to follow the no continuous storyline as the one thing you don't follow, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a guideline, it's your choice, and I don't think CBS could even have a problem with saying, oh, you made, 3, obviously if you had infinite money, you could make a story in Enterprise, TOS, TNG, all linking, and in the end one, different characters, and they can't really have a problem with that. So it's a, yeah.
Rob says, your Canadian Stuart comes with the territory. What's he referring to? What? Your Canadian Stuart, it comes with the territory. I don't know.
Being Canadian, that does come with
Yes.
territory. Yeah.
Rob, not a lot of real good character development in TOS. No, not really.
Basically none, basically.
Jack says Chancellor Foley. Yes, absolutely. Katie, would you ever go into business with a Ferengi? Yes.
Well, business is such a general term. I mean, obviously, they're such good businessmen if you think about it.
They'd make me a lot of money, and I would make sure that they're not screwing me because I know what they're like.
Well, you know the good one. Well, you know what the good and bad ones are like. You know what the normal Ferengi's like? Or the average Ferengi? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Ferengi they have all kinds of Ferengi, just like we do. Good people and bad people, so. Yeah. Jack, have you ever considered making... Oh, Christ's sakes. First of all, Chris. Hello, good sirs.
Hello.
Hello.
What's his full name?
He's Chris Costick.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
coming on,
Chris.
He's coming on Friday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Chris. Yeah.
Jack, have you guys ever considered making a fan film? No.
I have made a fan film. I made 2 fan films.
Yeah, but I mean together, they mean.
Oh, yes, we've considered it.
No, we haven't. It's not a fan film. It's a motion comic.
Well, I've considered...
We've had an idea.
Well, I've considered a different thing with us in a shuttle, which would sort of be a Trek Yards fan film.
There you go. It's the first time hearing about it. Section
No,
31
I've told
guy.
about
over here.
you.
No,
I
you
wasn't
haven't.
like a...
Nope. Oh. Rob's talking about
Yeah.
me being grouchy comes with being Canadian. Even though they were the nicest people around, even though...
What's the thing? You have the great highs and you have the, you know, you just
true.
counterbalance that with some lows. That's fine.
It's my Irish, German, and Scottish
And dickhead.
ancestry that makes me a grumpy bastard.
Oh, I hate this show.
Josh, for those of us that did see your answer, do you have plans for a Bradbury class and Falmix class Trek Yards episode? And what is your opinion on those ships?
Do you know, yeah. I mean, we can look at every ship, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah. I don't have them in front of me right now.
Do you want to look at one of them just to appease the fans?
Sure, look at the Bradbury class.
Okay, I think I know that one.
Well, a lot of the classes get renamed by people that create their own ship,
Yeah.
and they name it something that it already was.
Yeah,
so.
this one.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Yeah, seen it for years, yeah.
Yeah, it looks right from the side, and the front's interesting, but
The
so
top.
that's a quick mission briefing. We'll add to the lineup. What do you say?
It's too overly the shapes. I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha. Next one is the Phalnix. PHAL.
Okay. Oh.
ANX.
It's that one again. The Sovereign Galaxy.
Oh,
Yeah, I love that one. It's great.
Yeah. I think we're doing something on that soon.
Well, I'd like to. We keep asked about that one specifically. So. Yeah.
There you go. Chris Kostick, motion comic? Question mark. Very cool. I'd be down for that. Got a great storyline and stuff too, but
Yeah. Really good story. We
Which-
made it, so it will be great.
and we have plans for what it'll look like, what it'll sound like, but I don't know when that'll happen.
The real problem is that this show takes up all of our time. Is that fair to say? The time we can spend on something else.
Yeah, listen. And the children shall lead.
So if we were to take time to do something like that, we'd have to take time away from the show. But you all want to see the show, so we'd have to get further and further behind on our content, and that no one wants that. So it's kind of like it's a really tricky equation. We are pushed to the ends of what we can do time wise.
So once Trek Yard has millions of viewers, and we have editors at our disposal that can edit our episodes, then you might see more stuff. So we need to get the members up. If you can get the Patreon, if everybody on our
We need
site,
that Patreon.
we're almost at 28,000 subscribers. If everybody's donating $1, we would have enough free time and free money in our month probably to make these things for you.
And to hire editors to get to work on our Star Trek web series and edit our stuff and yeah, be brilliant. Sure.
And Bat Merch said, "Pardon my ignorance on your backstories, but what was your major influence for starting Trek Yards?" Just my love of ships over the years. Like I said, when I was young and went to conventions, I always wanted the books about ships. I wanted the little ship models. I wanted the shirts with the ship on it. I'd want that kind of stuff. I didn't give a crap about the actors. The ships are where it was at for me, and there was never enough ship stuff out when I was a kid. You would see the odd little miniatures and stuff, and you really wanted to buy them, but it was all through a catalog, and you had to send a money order, and it was just a hassle back then, especially when you were a kid. You didn't want to bug your parents for it. So I never had all the stuff that I really wanted as a kid, as far as that went. So I'm glad that there's much more available now, and it's easier to access, and my house has since filled up because of that. I kind of got all the stuff that I always wanted, kind of thing. So
Yes. No, I love ships. I said before, when I was a young child, I always wanted to make ships fly. I visualized how I could make that happen for years, and so to actually be able to do that and look pretty good, that's a dream. It's a lot of years of practice now, but yeah, yeah. I'm a filmmaker, so I've always wanted to make films.
Katie, would you like a really, really weird question? It's about Gorn theology. Absolutely. I do know a little bit about bone physiology from the medical book that my brother had. That was released way back in the
The
day.
question, which Gorn? Because there are 3 Gorn. At least.
Well, no, she means the TOS one.
Well,
Josh says the Bradbury is ugly in his opinion.
okay.
I can see that.
I can see that. I mean, yeah. There are better ones of that style. The Eximus, the pointy one, that one's nicer.
Yeah, the eczema class. That
Yeah,
sounds
that-
like really good. Dale Stafford says, after all those hours in the car together, is Captain Foley a good captain, i.e. driver, in real life?
Yeah, great. Yeah.
It sounded so sarcastic.
And my
Yeah,
okay.
great.
And my dad's a great driver, and so I know good drivers. And yeah, Stuart is very good.
If there's one thing I do well, it's driving.
The one thing he does well. That is the one.
I know where you sleep tonight.
How about you sleep tonight?
Yeah, so
Stabby, stabby. I don't know.
you heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first, folks.
So if somebody breaks into the house,
we
and
both die
well,
tonight.
if somebody breaks into the house and stabs me specifically, everybody's going to think it's you. So thank you
No,
for
it
documenting that.
Nah, you could edit this, right?
Nope, I'm not going to. Floyd Dodson, out of the Mark 1 EMH and the Mark 2 EMH, what one would you have as a backup doctor? The Mark 1, because Andy Dick is a dick.
He's awesome though.
He is, but I preferred Ricardo.
I'd have tag team. I'd have them both. Both of them working together. I know. Both working together would be great because that chemistry was awesome.
I would reprogram my Hollow Matrix to have a sexy nurse with a little nurse outfit.
So you're saying Rob Picardo with a sexy outfit?
No, not Rob Picardo.
He's pretty handsome man.
Some sexy female. I don't know. She could be coarse and rude. I don't care.
Well, he was a sexy female once when he was trying to take care of Zimmerman. So you could have.
It was a female.
He was.
I don't know about sexy.
And that was the same prop person from Insurrection. That was a good reuse of the actress.
There you go. Dale Stafford.
Oh
What kind of music did you listen to on your road trips?
God.
Well, on my phone, I have, if you played them back to back, 4.7 days worth of music. So we listen to everything. I have the whole gambit from comedy parody music, from
Yep.
Broadway stuff. I got some Broadway stuff on there.
Anything else there?
The only thing I don't really like is twangy country and
Oh.
death metal, screaming, yelling your head off music. Those
Yeah, I
the
can't.
two opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Cut those off, and everything in between is pretty good.
Yeah.
You actually said that you rather enjoyed the music. It's all mostly stuff you would listen to.
Yeah, most of it. And even if it's stuff I wouldn't like search out, I was like, yeah, this is good. Well, I was surprised by 4.5 days, and we listened to a lot of repeats. I was kind of surprised, not in a bad way.
Well, no, that's because I have a few that on there that are the same. That I have doubles of some of them. They're just renamed different things, or
Okay.
I don't want to go through and delete them all because I
That's
got like
fine.
over
We had, like, Night
4,000 songs or something.
Oh sure. Yeah, we had Night Red like a
Yeah.
few times.
But sometimes I forget I have it on there, so I put it on. It's like, shit, I already have 2 versions of that on here. Plus, every time you turn off the phone or it resets the shuffle list, it reshuffles all the songs again.
Oh.
Yeah, and that happened twice on our trip.
Yes, it is.
But if you just plug it into the car and drive for 4 days, you wouldn't hear the same thing.
Okay.
So, Chris Kostick.
Hello.
So, when does the Trek Yard store go live, or has it? And I have missed it. You've missed it. You've missed all the limited edition.
We're sold out of everything.
Yeah, you missed all the limited edition first day
Yeah.
deals and all that.
Yep. The sweaters,
So,
the hoodies, the
the car,
bandanas.
the Trek Yard's car we developed.
That was a fun
There's the one prototype.
donation by Ford. They built
Yeah.
one for us. And it went for $6,000.
Why would it's a Chevy? It's not a Ford. The Trek Yard's car will not be a piece of shit. Sorry, store hasn't gone live yet. We haven't even got our money from our campaign yet.
No.
I'm gonna go check that later. So maybe it's there
Well,
today.
I can check it now.
I'm gonna go over there and kill those kids.
You heard it first.
You won't be picking them up very much on there probably, but
It is.
I feel like yelling at them, but then they'll just be louder, so I'll just.
Point at a tree. It's the point of the tree game. And they don't know they're on a sci-fi live.
Can you guys not be so loud? They didn't hear me. There's Mom. Thank you.
Also, the money hasn't come in from Indiegogo yet.
No money from the Indiegogo.
Hopefully before I leave, because we have quite a lot of expenses we need to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Samuel Gill, I think it would be cool to hear Star Trek play some 20th century music, LOL. Well, it depends on the context. On a holodeck or something, maybe.
Yeah, I know. Sure.
But the last time that happened was JJ, and it was bad use of good 20th century music.
I liked him Beyond, though.
Yeah, but the same song from the first one, seriously?
That's them
What are the odds of that being picked?
That's them being clever.
It's not. Oh, yeah.
Is
That's their level of clever. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
them being clever.
Matt Birch says, I remember the mail order days. Yes, the dark days before the interwebs. Katie, here we go. Do the Gorn have internal or retracting hemipins like Earth reptiles? I mean, like sexual organs. I would assume they'd retract. I think they do. I don't know. Never got close enough to tell. Never lifted one of their skirts.
You wanted to, didn't you?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Are there two genders for the Gorn? We don't even know. I'd have to go look at the medical textbook.
A lot of people ask us a lot of technical facts, and when it comes to ship stuff, there are certain like rules, laws, conventions. Like if it's a torpedo launcher, there's a range it can be in, you know. Whereas if someone asks, you know, what is a Gorn's favourite food, it's like, yeah, but no writer invented it, and we have nothing to go by. So at that point, it's just purely fan chatting, and we try and be a bit more solid than that. It's kind of strange. Ships is technology. Technology is quantifiable, and a lot of the time it's been thought through.
Good answer.
Thank you.
Glad I said it. Chris Kostick, I need to start donating to your Patreon. I've supported both Indiegogos. Please do. I mean, we love the Indiegogos, or the Indiegogo support, because it really ramps up the pledges, and you know, you get cool stuff out of it, cool perks. Which today we went and picked up the tubes for all the mailing of all the posters. We printed out some of a few other things we needed, and we're getting ready to get that stuff all off to you guys at some point. We'll document it, and it's an involved process. It's part of it that I really hate, but you guys, you know,
Oh, it's worth it to see
got
you,
these
to know
perks.
you guys appreciate it.
And that being said, everyone out there that sees this, because I'm going to be posting this on our YouTube as well.
Oh, cool.
Everyone that's got a perk, when you get it, I want to see a picture of it.
Yes.
And tag us in it on the Trek Yards page so that we know you got it and you're enjoying it. A lot of people did that with the last one when they got
Oh,
the comm
it's
badges
very
and stuff.
rewarding.
Yeah,
Very, very
it's
rewarding.
awesome to see. It makes us happy to see you guys happy.
And I will say that the importance of the Patreon is sort of understated, I think, because we don't like to harp on about. We don't like begging for money, because the YouTube we get ad revenue, and that covers stuff, but it's very fluctuating.
Yeah.
And we've had some very, very tough times recently. Our Patreon sort of stays relatively stable, but we're hoping it will keep going up because it sort of balances out.
Yeah.
And obviously, what we want to do is we want to build the channel, and we can't build the channel with the same funds. You know, we've got to build the channel as building funds, and so having it not improve the Patreon, that's the money that we can, that keeps us solid. You know, that's the baseline that we need, and as the baseline improves, we can do more things. So very, very important. Anyone wants to give $5, because if, like you said, if 10 people give $5, that's 50. Those bars start to raise, and we'd love to see some momentum again. Because again, we produce so much free content. Why is that face?
Which is the speech you give every time we
Oh.
talk about donating.
Well,
Anyway, these guys are kind enough to do donation drives for us. Their next goal is $170.01.
you guys
or
are
10
amazing.
cents,
That blew me away.
1701.
That was, did not expect that.
These
Thank
are
you.
you're preaching to the choir.
Well, you said
here.
yeah, you said this on the YouTube. So
Yeah, but they already know that, because all the links are in the description, guys. Go donate. Samuel Gill, this question confuses the shit out of me, Samuel, just so you know. I heard the new Scotty was on Star Trek 3, The Voyage Home. Which new Scotty? And Star Trek 3 is The Search for Spock, not The Voyage Home. So I'm confused, so clarify. Rob Ingram, original Old Country is good. I'm gonna have to go and disagree with you there. That's the twangy, my dog left me and my wife died music. My parents used to listen to that all the time. That's probably one of the reasons I'm not a fan of it. Jack Ellinger, have you already killed each other, and are you android replacements for from XO3?
Yeah, getting there. The robots aren't done yet, but when they're done, we'll know to quit each other. Gotta wait for that way around.
Dale Stafford, we can hear the kids, but at least it's not raining and it's a nice sunny day finally. True, that is very true. It's very nice out. It's a little bit cool, a little bit breezy right now, but the kids have now silenced down. The captain has spoken. The whole neighborhood listens, I guess. Samuel Gill, put phasers on stun, lol. Yeah, I'd stun them if I could. I hate kids, just so you know, even though I have my own. But I can't discipline other people's kids, so I hate other people's kids. Rob Ingram, I want to design my own starship. How could I go about this? I can hear the kids sound. It sounds like you live near a school. I do not live near a school. School's been out for a while. But anyway. How do you... Well, that was one of the perks that we had in the Indiegogo campaign. $250 for a design your own ship kit.
By a professional.
With Sean Turinjo. Yeah, the guy that designed the Titan and the Ares. We still have them available if you were interested. I'm sure Sean would be open to doing another one. Basically, you Skype with him, give him all your details of your ship, and he would throw it together in an illustration for you. So you'd have something that was visible, and then you could get that eventually changed into a 3D model or something.
We can talk about that. Yeah, we offer that service as a potential. We've made those contacts, so yeah.
Jack, you should go scare those kids with your Batleth. Ooh, I have one too. But then I'll go to jail. Josh Larson, July 10th starts the 7th Fleet Trek Yards donation drive with,
you guys are crazy.
With an NCC 1701 theme. So they want to raise $170.10.
That's amazing. Is that American or Canadian?
American.
Nice. That actually goes a very long way, actually.
Yeah. Floyd Dodson, take those kids and put them into a holodeck to keep them quiet. Yeah. Holodecks are not babysitters.
Neither are iPads.
Exactly. Rob Ingram, Gorn or asexual? There you go. There's the answer. Samuel Gill, please put phasers on stun only. There's kids in the area, Captain.
Just white beam stun. Do it in one.
Yeah, just knock out the whole neighborhood. Aaron Kroller, when are you guys going to start doing Starfleet ships again? We always do What? I don't understand the question.
Well, I think we pick a variety of ships. That's sort of the point.
Yeah.
So we pick a variety of interviews, a variety of guests. So we did technically Discovery. That's a Starfleet ship. The last bonus video in the last week.
Yeah.
I don't know. We schedule guests more than anything else at this point. So I don't know. I mean, we have two coming out soon. So if that helps.
Yeah. There's always ships.
There's always
Starfleet ships coming up.
Sovereign was so. Our last was on June 3rd. So yeah.
Oh, Katie again. Do you think that in the Star Trek future we will have translators for Baby Babel? That'd be cool.
That'd be very cool.
I somehow doubt it though. I think their brains developed enough. Samuel Gill, sorry for LOL. Don't know what you're sorry for, but apology accepted. Rob Ingram, Stompin' Tom Connors. Oh no. Red Sovan. I don't even know who that is. Bat merch. Stone cold stun them. LOL. Getting off topic with the kids. Just saying. Josh Larson, how much trouble would you get into for searching for child Gorn? Probably none. Probably none. Katie, who do you think is the best chief engineer? Ooh. I think we had this question on the weekend too, didn't we?
Yeah. That is a tricky one.
I think it came down basically to Chief Miles O'Brien. He's one that really had to hobble that station together. You know, merging Federation tech with the Cardassian stuff. A lot of unforeseen problems showed up on that station. So I'd say Chief O'Brien, even though he's not really a chief like a engineer per se.
Well, he earned it.
He's not enlisted or whatever. I don't know how the ranking works, but
I think, well, obviously Scotty is the miracle worker, but it's older tech, whatever that means. I think LaForge can sort of fix anything. He's a good by the book man. I think he's the one that will improve things and yeah. Brian's starting to have to deal with a lot of stuff. That's tricky. I think they're all good in different ways. They're all good in different situations.
Yeah, exactly. That's like, yeah, whenever you try comparing, you know, the best captain, the best first officer, there's always so many aspects that come into play. So
I was literally about to say, Brian would be great to teach the academy. That was what actually happened. I completely forgot. So yeah,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so yeah, so I thought we could teach her.
Yeah. Samuel Gill. Well, on the voyage home, I heard the new Scotty that's on Chris Pine's Enterprise was the guy playing the radio that Scott Spock put to sleep.
Oh, that's
no, not at all.
That's well off.
Yeah. The new Scotty is Simon Pegg, who's an actor, writer, director, independent filmmaker.
Who was not that old at that point.
Yeah, no.
And you actually met that rocker guy. And
well, he wasn't singing the song, though. That's just the punk rocker that was holding the thing.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about the music that was playing.
Oh.
And that was a group from the 80s.
Oh, I thought it meant the punk rocker, but okay.
No, I don't think so.
No.
The guy playing the radio that Spock put to sleep. Okay, I think you're right. That was Kirk Thatcher. Kirk Thatcher is a creature creator and effects guy. He's been on Jim Henson's, works for Jim Henson's Creature Studio. He was at Wonderfest 2 years ago, but yeah, it's not the same guy at all. Dale Stafford, any wild plans for Dominion Day? Canada Day, party hardy. Don't know what we're doing for Canada Day yet. We're going to check out fireworks at some point. I don't know if we're going to my sister-in-law's place to hang out or what's going on, but we'll do something. It's 150th year for Canada's birthday.
That is amazing.
And he will be here for that, so yeah, we'll do something. Josh says Miles' rank is Chief Petty Officer. I don't know what that means. Just he's unlisted, I don't understand. He's got different bars. He's apparently not in the service, but I don't understand the military organizational structure. So you guys in the States, most of the viewers are in the Navy or in the military. So, but excuse us, we just don't know.
I love one of those things that just like, you know, Sisko was not a captain, he was in command of a ship. Miles is not actually an official engineer as part of the enlisted, but he's in the engineer corps. So he was made
he's not in
chief.
Starfleet.
No, but he's in the engineer corps. There is a separate enlisted engineer still. Because not everyone, because most people aren't enlisted, are they? Most people aren't officers on the Enterprise. Most people are enlisted. Because officers raise to the ranks and stuff. Enlisted just to do their jobs.
Most people are enlisted because they are part of the formal command structure. Even an ensign is. That's why they have the different pips.
No, I know, but like all those guys in Wrath of Khan that wear the jumpsuits, they're just got his crew. They're not all ensigns. I mean, they're all just enlisted. They're not unenlisted engineers.
No, they're all in Starfleet. Those guys. Those are just the engineering crew. Oh, wow. That's their protection suits.
Sure.
Katie, why the frick is there a mood lighting in every single person's quarters if Starfleet doesn't want people constantly trying to get it on? Almost every time they are in someone's quarters, it's mood lighting. Well, we talked about this too this weekend. The mood lighting that they have for TOS at least was to sell more colored TVs. That's why you got all the purples and blues and yellows and reds all everywhere. And as for the quarters on like the Enterprise D and stuff, it's just comfortable ambient lighting. I don't think it's really mood lighting per se.
No, I never said so.
Katie, do you think crewmen are allowed to change the colors of their walls in their quarters? They all always look so drab. Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, it's their quarters. I mean, they.
Yeah, Spock is a perfect example. You have the red tarp or the red velvet thing draped over and making it look like Vulcan. Jack Elminger, they use naval ranks for Starfleet. Yep. Josh Larson, Samuel is a commander. What ship does he serve on?
That is not really a question that can be answered, I guess. I mean, I've said Prometheus a couple of times, but that's not really I don't know. Nothing really.
Bat Murch, enlisted rank based on American naval traditions. Gotcha. Dale Stafford, O'Brien was the best. He's enlisted, but never went through officers training school. He had a specialty. That makes sense. So he hasn't gone through the whole officer training program. Okay, that makes sense. Very cool.
So Starfleet, but not enlisted as officers.
Yes. Yeah. Rob Ingram.
So we're both right. Actually.
Yeah. Rob Ingram, wasn't Chief O'Brien a transporter chief? Originally, yes. Yes, he was a technical chief, I guess. He was working.
Technical whiz at transporting people.
Yeah.
I just love they picked that actor because that's such a good reference to have him because he was good. I mean, he didn't really stand out too much, but I guess he did more and more though because I mean, gave him Keiko. I mean, he obviously impressed people. Had potential, I guess.
Yeah. Chris Kostick. There are tons of Quebecers down there in Plattsburgh, New York, celebrating right now. Lots of shopping being done and camping in Walmart parking lots. LOL. St. John Baptiste Day for them. Yes, there were actually a bunch of Quebecers there in Ticonderoga. The
Yes.
Parlons Trek guys were there.
In force.
And one of the event organizers for the set stewards was from Ottawa. So,
Okay.
yeah, lots of that going on down there. And then Jack made a joke. Is Commander Cockinger first officer assigned to waste distraction? He's definitely my first officer. He does a lot of work that you guys just take for granted. Yeah, you take for granted, unfortunately. We both do. Well, no, I don't really.
No, you do.
The research and writing is kind of but you do more work. This is where you say, no, you're very important, you do good scripts. Come on now.
You do great scripts.
There you go, see.
Yeah. Well, I've said before, that's one of my highlights, is the final finished product and reading scripts. It's not the editing, I don't know. Editing's like, that's work. This is work, you know, it's not meant to be fun. But those bits are fun.
Floyd says, what two Starfleet officers would you choose to help you set the self-destruct off on the Enterprise A?
Wait, what? Did they do?
What two officers would you help choose to set the self-destruct on the Enterprise A? None.
Expendable ones? I don't know, that's a very odd
I
question.
wouldn't destroy it.
No, you'd let it fall into the hands of the Klingons and they would make it their trophy.
Yep.
But then you'd steal it back.
Yep.
That's the key.
That's the key, exactly. Chris Kostick said, O'Brien, the hardest working man in Starfleet. Absolutely. I totally buy that moniker.
Ooh, yeah. They had a lot of different roles, yeah.
Yeah. Dale Stafford, Samuel...
Maybe Barclay as well. He was always working.
Yeah.
Or not working. But either working or
Holodeck.
Yeah.
Samuel, have you had time to go to Ottawa or Niagara Falls?
Nope.
Simple answer.
These are work trips. Honestly, we don't get a lot of time to do other things that aren't like in the house or local, very local, just because we can't afford to spend a day doing our own things. It's weird, but
This time we will. We'll take time out for Canada Day and stuff.
well, that's an obviously exception. That's a specialist
yeah.
thing.
But yeah, we don't have time to go gallivanting like we've said before. It's not a trip. We're not going to drive down to Niagara Falls and hang out for a day and then drive to Toronto to hang out for another day. It's not how it works.
Yeah, we want to create content for you guys because that makes our jobs easier when we get back to our own lives. We make more time off. It's kind of like the more we work, the more time we get to ourselves.
Yeah.
It's a strange thing.
So Josh says, out of all the species in Trek, not including Vulcans, what species do you think would be the most welcomed in 2017?
That's a really good question. I think people like Denobulans. They're nice, friendly.
The Denobulans. Yes, good answer. Very good answer.
I'd have a Denobulan friend. I mean, I have most of my friends, to be honest. But yeah,
Yeah.
Denobulans, yeah.
I love Phlox. He's one of my favorite characters.
Okay, your answer. Because that's just an interesting question.
Whatever Neelix is.
Talaxian.
Talaxian.
Yeah. A lot of people find him annoying, though.
I like Neelix.
I've never had a problem with him either.
I've never had a problem with Neelix. I like him. I would love to have him around when I'm in a bad mood. People like people like that
yeah.
really pep me up, and I really appreciate
I know,
that.
I've done that.
Exactly. So I love Neelix. I love his character.
And it's like, I mean, he can. I understand his annoying moments.
Yes.
But everyone has annoying moments. It doesn't define him as a person. He's a nice guy that's only wanted good for people.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, has he ever done a specifically bad, horrible thing? I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Or he did set up the weapon that killed what people, didn't he? Because wasn't he the guy that did that? I don't know. I just a long time ago.
Bat Merch, two-parter. Whom are you most excited to meet from the Trek universe, not necessarily actors?
Okay.
And who who was the most welcoming to you and all of your, and or supportive of what you do?
Great questions. Wow.
Okay, the one I was the most excited to meet.
Then character, I suppose. I'd love to meet Kirk.
But not necessarily actors.
I'd love to meet Kirk. I mean real people.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant not actors, in the characters. I've always loved Rick Sternbach's work. I was really happy to meet him because he's got most of my favourite ships under his belt.
Mine would be John Hughes.
John is also.
He was the most, he was the one that really surprised me the most with how friendly he was.
Yes.
But as for who was most supportive of what we do and most welcoming, that'd have to be Doug Drexler, hands down. Nicest guy in the world, welcomed us into his house without ever meeting us.
Yeah.
I mean, and since then, every time we see him, it's just like seeing a
Friend.
a friend you've known for like 30 years. It's like, hey, and you hug and you hang out.
Insults you like your friends.
And insult each other.
A lot of insulting guys.
Like crazy. The more you insult somebody, the more you like them, I guess.
I guess.
Well, he's from New York, so that's kind of a thing, I think. But
But
yeah,
Doug-
it would have to be Doug.
Doug has always been on our side, always been on our corner, always tries if he can to help us.
And every chance he gets, when we talk to him, he's like, I was your first guest, If it wasn't for me, none of these other guys, these wannabes would want to join.
I think he's proud of it. I think he is.
Yeah, he is very
Because
proud.
he's seen it grow, and he's always the one that I give a lot of the screen time to our anniversary videos in, because he always has such nice things to say, but also he means them.
Yeah.
And like most of the time he's lying to make us seem good, but those he actually means.
Just lie.
What?
Yeah,
You
sometimes
didn't say it was live, Stuart.
when we grease his wheels, sometimes he says nice things. Jack, if you two were stranded on a planet together, what kind of planet would it be, and what would be one thing that you would bring with you to help you survive?
A warp core.
What kind of planet would it be? It better be a nice, warm, tropical planet.
Yeah. Always a good shade, like with nice.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like warm in the morning, gets cooler all throughout the day, and then gets nice and cool by the end of the day. Some nice beaches. Lots of fish.
I would bring a phaser.
Phaser's a really good option. Do phasers self-recharge slightly? I think, can't you put them on recharge? Just takes a while.
I don't know. I know they do induction charging when they're on the ship and stuff, but
Oh, yeah.
I think they got a long power life too.
Yeah,
Power life.
I'm sure like the stunner whole room would just burn through it quickly. But I mean, simple things like
Although-
heat the rock, kill this
Yeah.
animal. That'd be nothing.
Well, you got to quantify which generation, because really, I'd want a replicator. I'd want a portable replicator because I could make a goddamn phaser if I needed one.
Yeah.
And food.
You know, you would think, well, yeah. So, Stuart, desert island. Let's make a turkey lunch. Okay.
I would be perfectly happy living on an island, just
With a
replicator.
replicator.
Yes.
What a cop out! If I heard of a cop out, I love it.
Rob Ingram, hey, have you permission to use your guys? Do I have permission to use your guys' names in the story of the Seventh Fleet? Yes, please do. Please use our
Yes, but I'd
characters.
like to be let known that you're doing it. Don't say mind what you do with it, but so my name is just floating around randomly.
You can use mine for sure.
Let's just let Stuart know that what your ideas are. Yeah, sure. If you really want.
Katie said, if the Jem'Hadar didn't indeed manage to wean themselves from the white like that one did, do you think they would break from the Dominion and form their own empire, or do you think they would mostly fight amongst themselves?
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
That is a tricky one. I think without the leadership, they're just going to wander off so they wouldn't be near each other, so they wouldn't feel that hostility, so they'd be very solitary packs of them. Or, yeah, they would just kill each other off. Survival of the fittest.
So kind of heterogeny as well.
Yeah.
I think
I don't think they'd form an empire though.
no, I don't think they're warlike. Like in the grand, they haven't got schemes or plans. I mean, they're a bred to be slave addiction race. A very fascinating concept. I will say that they're the direct parallels with Stargate and the Jafar, but they did form their own government. They went that way when they're Tritonan. So I will say that I guarantee some of them would. Mostly because there are like trillions of them potentially, all bred. Although we know that the Alpha Quadrant and Delta or Beta Quadrant are very different, or Gamma Quadrant, sorry. So, yeah, but I think the older ones of the Gamma would be more inclined to create their own thing. I think the Alphas would be younger and just kill each other probably.
Yeah.
Because they're literally bred for this one war. So
Yeah.
that's my idea, Stuart.
It's a very good one.
Oh, thanks.
Katie. I like Neelix. He deals with the darkness and demons by bringing brightness to others. Absolutely.
That's a good way of saying it.
So does Doug. Doug's like my Neelix.
Just Doug.
I can be in
Oh.
a piss poor mood, and after speaking to Doug for a minute and a half, I'm just like all smiles because he cheers me up.
And just takes me about 2 minutes, doesn't it?
Yeah. We're comparing Doug to Neelix.
Let's never make sure he sees this. He might not like it. I don't know if Doug likes Steelix.
I don't know.
Thought about it.
Samuel Gill, what kind of species is Guinan?
Elorian.
Elorian, yeah.
Yep. Ha! You thought we didn't know.
She's the Whoopi Goldberg species, I guess.
And those hats are really her head. They just morphs each time.
And then Chris answered like 2 comments down that she's an Elorian.
Good name, Elorian.
Yeah. Rob Ingram, what Star Wars character or alien would make a good character to transfer to Star Trek?
Ooh, what a question. I'll let you go first. I have a couple of answers, I think.
I think a Predator, one of the Predators. I'd love to...
I thought it was just Star Wars or any universe.
Star Wars or Alien.
Dude, Predator.
I think meant from any movie.
Yeah.
I would have to say Predator.
With like all this tech and all this stuff, and like full-on Predator ship.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Yeah.
And from Star Wars, I would have to say a Wookiee.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, imagine Predator versus Hirogen fight.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I'd love to see Admiral Zahn, or Thrawn, sorry, Tactician. The, what are they called? The Chiss. Or Mara Jade. Assassin, but sort of got a heart to her. Or Amron Akbar, so he can be on the bridge and say, Captain, it's a trap! That's my joke of the day.
Mm-hmm. Ha ha ha.
Thank you. He humours me because I'm not
And,
funny.
and Bat says, in reply to my last question, that's awesome to hear. Talking about Doug Drexler and how supportive he is.
He is better than you think.
Yeah.
Which is surprising.
Bat again, we saw a recent walkthrough video of the Dee's bridge and her bathroom. She had the 3 seashells. Do you think you would ever make a video on how to use the 3 seashells? Asking for a friend. That would be a Fleet Yards episode. How do we use the 3 seashells? I can't say it. From Demolition Man.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you've all asked us, you want to know, so we will make that Fleet Yards.
We can speculate and theorize with the best of them, so...
We really can. We probably shouldn't be allowed to sometimes, but we really do.
Dale Stafford says, Neelix is just one Talaxian. All humans can't be judged on Wesley Crusher, lol. Exactly.
Also, yeah.
Yeah.
Great point.
Bill McRae Jr. Dark Helmet. Careful, you idiot. I said across her nose, not up it. Laser Gunner. Sorry, sir. I'm doing my best. Anyway, that's from Spaceballs.
I was going to say. There it is.
Chris Kostick. Okay, crossover time. Who wins in a one-on-one combat between Worf and a Predator? Predator. Worf has a bat'leth and the Predator has wrist blades and a sword. Ooh.
I think that's pretty easy, actually.
Predator?
Yeah. He's got more physical strength. He's a lot taller.
But Worf's also awesome. He took out how many Jem'Hadar in the prison?
And Predator took out how many humans? Every single human. I know it's cloaked, obviously, but he took out everybody. With
Okay, so that should be the next Bat in the Sun versus
yeah.
Worf versus a Predator.
Well, put it this way: an alien could kill Worf from you know.
Yeah.
And a Predator can kill an alien. So Worf would have lots of fun though. He would love to fight. I think a Predator. I think a Predator and Worf would actually, if they could universal translate, we'd have a lot in common. I love that mashup.
Anyway, guys, I just got a low battery warning on my phone, so I think we're going to wrap this up. It's been over an hour.
Ooh,
So
bonus time.
Yeah, so...
You guys have enjoyed listening to us ramble, but your questions have been brilliant. Really, really good questions. A lot of fun talking about whatever the hell you guys want to talk about.
Josh, you've already answered that in one of our podcasts. Other than STO, what are your all-time favorite
Yeah, we
Star
have
Trek
podcasts
games?
on that. I mean, it's full on top tens. Actually,
Yeah.
favorite, least favorite.
So go watch those.
We got the videos, guys.
Yes, I love Bat in the Sun. That's it for the comments right now. Guys, I think we're going to call it quits because I do want to go just plug my phone in, and Samuel looks like he's cold.
I am actually, but I haven't complained once.
You haven't well, I can tell by your body language.
That too.
We hang out together so often, I know when he's cold and when he's miserable. Wow. Anyway, and so thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We will be posting this on YouTube as well, so all the Trek Yards fans can see it if they didn't know it existed.
And thank you for asking us to do this live Facebook with you guys. Appreciate the love for our channel and what we do, and thank you again for the questions. Really good questions.
And thanks for the donation drive. During that, we'll help
That's incredible.
We'll help you do whatever you want. If you want videos of us doing something, well, within reason, let us know.
What?
Anyway, until next time, guys. 7th Fleet, you're awesome.
Yes.
Trek Yards viewers, you're awesome as
Yes,
well.
all of you. And all of you future Trek Yards viewers. Those
Yes.
50, 80, 100 million of you. The billion of you that haven't seen us yet. But you will. You guys are
You'll be
awesome
watching
too.
this in 50 years going, I just discovered this channel. and you wish you would have seen us in our prime.
Well, that'd be so confusing. 50 years while I see this, it's like it's 2017 for context.
That's right. Thank you.
There you go.
Context is important in all media. Just ask PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie. And that's how we're ending this. Until next time, I'm Captain Foley.
Cogs.
Bye, everybody.
There you go.